Forge here in East Tennessee in the Smoky Mountains in this fantastic facility, the Lumberjack Feud, a theater where they put on an adventure show every night featuring all these tremendous lumberjack skills. And today we got something really special for you, something that these guys, the best in the world, really get up for, and that is the relay competition. Tommy Sanders here with Kevin Holtz, 4 events in this relay, and it goes very, very fast.
It's blistering action. We go from the stock saw right into an underhand, back over to a single buck, and wrap the whole thing up with a standing block chop. And to add to the drama, we got to remember we've got some injured competitors out there. David Moses with a high ankle sprain. Nathan Waterfield has got stitches in his knee. That's caused them to rearrange some positions, and we're going to have to see how that action sorts out.
All right, those teams, again, 6 teams representing the first 5, the regional qualifying areas. Add to that a 6th team. That will be our college all-stars, the top 4 finishers in the collegiate challenge for the Steel Timber Sports Series. So we have got some good competition, starting with the time trials.
You know, last year we got knocked out in the first round, and I think we're all still pretty bitter about that. So not only are we tough, I think we're looking for a little redemption.
First time trial in the relay competition. This is the Mid-Atlantic versus the Northeast. We'll start it off with the stock saw. Harry Burnsworth versus Richard Jordan.
15 seconds to warm up.
Pass it off to the underhand. Dave Jewett going up against Mike Esch. Single bucking. Going to be Sully, Mike Sullivan. Going up against Matt Marks. Going to wrap it up, the anchors for each team. Nathan Waterfield for the Northeast and Arden Koger Jr. for the Mid-Atlantic.
Quick change for the Northeast team. They pulled Dave Jewett off the single buck, and I think I get the strategy. Harry Burnsworth and Rich Jordan, there you have it, are going to be very, very close. Jewett was supposed to cut the single, but they moved him over to the underhand. He's at the job now. They think he can pick up more time over Mike Esch in this underhand than he would have over Matt Marks. Some very serious strategery going on in this first heat.
Blow for blow, Esch versus Esch gets the better of Jewett. So the Mid-Atlantic team getting ready to go right into the single buck.
I got to be honest, Sullivan better get going because that standing block, look at the Mid-Atlantic team. They got Arden Koger Jr., our new U.S. champion, the best axeman in the United States, and he's got half a dozen hits ahead of Nathan Waterfield.
Mid-Atlantic team with a huge lead going into this final position here. Arden Koger Jr. wailing away on that standing block.
Well, Nathan Waterfield of active desperation has run around on the front side of that block. There's no way he can catch Arden Koger Jr. now.
Mid-Atlantic in this time trial will definitely have the superior time. There we go, Mid-Atlantic anchored by Arden Koger Jr., recently crowned season's champion in the individual category, 102.67, well ahead of the Northeast team. Second time trial, the team from the West and the Midwest regions matching up here. We'll start it again with the stock saws. David Moses. David Moses now, I should point out, injured in the final qualifying round for the individual competition. He's been thoroughly examined. He has been cleared by the medical officials to compete. He will do something a little less strenuous on the legs, and that will, of course, be the stock saw. His opponent there from the Midwest team will be Warwick Hallett. In the underhand, we're going to have Jeff Skirvin going up against Rob Weibel. Single bucking Brandon Surguy against Carson Bosworth. Of course, we'll wrap it up with the standing block. Mike Forrester of the West going up against Matt Koger of the Midwest.
Well, everybody very relieved to see David Moses at least hobbling around a little bit today. They thought at first he had an Achilles pull, played through the pain though, really put on a brave face, got the job done, iced, you know, ibuprofen, elevated, did the whole thing. Back here today, they think it's an ankle sprain, and Tommy, as you pointed out, he's been cleared to play. We're just going to put a stock saw on his hands, a little less abuse on the body.
Crank it up with a stock saw, and again, David Moses going up against Warwick Hallett.
Well, that's no small feat in itself, and you know, Tommy, normally the stock saw event, there isn't a tremendous amount of time won or lost, but in this case there may be. David Moses, an exceptional chopper, an exceptional single buck operator. You know, he's a solid stock saw operator, but this is not the discipline he wanted to be in. He wanted to have an axe in his hand. Warwick Hallett, a great stock sawyer. Let's see what these two do. Oh, there. Warwick Hallett throwing in my face, bobbling the top of the cut.
Open it up, actually neck and neck.
Yeah, synchronized finish. Underhand cutters going head to head. Sergei has been cutting tremendous underhands. I would think he would have the advantage over Weibel. Weibel around early though, about 3 blows ahead of Sergei.
Carson Bosworth ready to take it from, but it's going to be Sergei passing it off to Jeff Skirvin for the West first.
Yeah, and I think Carson Bosworth ought to be able to reel Skirvin in. We'll see how he can do it. Carson, though, looking a little bit slow. He's pushing the wood away here. Skirvin is going to take it, but Carson's making up some time, and that's good, because here comes Matt Koger, who hangs the axe up. I would have thought he would walk away from this, but now I got my doubts. That axe is hanging on the far side of the wood. Forster's around to the back. Forster will be able to hold off Koger without any issues. It is going to be the West winning this heat.
At Koger, and there goes Forster's got it off the West. Perhaps a little bit of an upset, taking down the Midwest, but this is simply a time trial. We'll wait till we get our top 4 before we go to the semis. West team, again, good competitive time. That's going to put them in the semis, 104.40. Midwest, a minute 10:18.
Get set.
Well, our time trial competition continues. Next up, the biggest underdogs in the competition, the collegiate team, will be taking on some legends of this sport from the southern region. And a very special tribute to the Navy SEALs. The Steel Timber Sports Series Relay Championship continues.